Once again, we are back on Boond Soch ki Tea Talk Train of and Thought with a series of an episode with Lieutenant Colonel Anjan Sinha.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot for sharing your valuable insights of your journey right from military school to getting into UPSC, NDA, the efforts of what we have put in as far as NDA which is concerned. Sir, कई बार ऐसा होता है जैसे like many a times in school, like if you're part of an NCC, to get an entry into an NDA or an armed forces is much easier. Can you throw some light on that for the target audience who are part of an NCC?
Yes, sir, definitely. NCC, sir, अगर आज देखें हम आज से 10 साल पहले, तो very few people used to know about NCC, and not much opportunities were given to join services through NCC.
Through NCC it was not there.
But आज की डेट में the current government or the current plan which is there to allow and to give more opportunity to NCC cadets. Joining NCC in school and college is one window where one can become an officer without going to NDA. But yes, you graduate, you earn your C certificates, you directly you are exempted from giving the written examination.
Oh my God!
You directly come to SSB. SSB, if you selected, clear medicals, and you are there for the line to be trained for an officer.
During my time, I did my NCCC certificate. But if that was there at that time, maybe I wish.
Yes, sir. You would have been a general by now. That's no doubt about. You have a towering personality, and we have interacted on a course. I remember. But at the same time, sir, I must say, we must to your audience, NCC, a person or a boy or girl who tries to be joining the armed forces per se, must not miss the chance of joining NCC. And NCC, I am very sure that all state government, private and school colleges, they have their own channels of joining NCC. And boys and girls, they must exploit this opportunity to join NCC and serve in NCC and earn C certificate minimum to get a lateral for a written waiver directly into SSB.
Oh, so that's
and the government, yes. And currently, sir, I believe 15 to 20% opportunities percent are being reserved for NCC. Another good thing which is coming up, and I'm sure not many people would be knowing in the environment today. This is although coming in black and white, I'm sure I can take this ability to share with the environment. They call it. They're calling something. It's a very good window. I'm not forgetting the name, sir, because it is very, very current. And through your audience, we can reach. It's called. It is for professionals. Walk the talk. In fact, it's something like, I'll share the name later. The concept is, you come, you serve in the army for 3 years, and then you can do your own job. You see, there are 2-3 things. One, to be a regular army officer.
Correct.
That is through UPSC written examination. The second entry is through NCC. The third entry is these days, which is coming, is what is Territorial Army. People join Territorial Army as well. Territorial Army, the concept Territorial Army is like we heard of Dhoni being a lieutenant colonel. We know Sachin Tendulkar as a wing commander. So they are honorary ranks, but there are around 400 vacancies for officers in TA, out of which only 10% are reserved for these honorary ranks. The persons of eminent figures. 350 vacancies are even filled through Territorial Army examination. Now here people, till that they attain the age of 42, any professional can join the army as an officer. And they can come and on an yearly basis, they have to come and serve for 2 to 3 months. They can again join back their duty wherever they are serving. So that is Territorial Army. But currently one more entry is coming to the armed forces, where the armed forces are thinking to employing professionals from outside, tour on duty. I recollect it now. It's called tour on duty. Like you are employed or working anywhere. You say, I want to tour on duty. You join armed forces. Armed forces find you fit. They call you, and they give you the task which you want to do it. And for 3 years you serve the nation. You again go back and join the field which you want to do it.
I see. So it's a great insight even for an MBA students if they wish to get into an armed forces while they are working. I think it's a great insight and great opportunity. I think what recently the government have floated.
Yes, the tour and duty concept is coming, and I'm sure it should start, if not in 2022, by 2023. This is coming. So anyone is an aspirant to join the defense forces and he wants to just have a feel of it. So there are people, they want to aspire. They say, okay sir, allow me for 3 years. मैं 3 साल नौकरी करूँगा, 4 साल करूँगा, फिर मैं आ जाऊँगा. They are most welcome, and they will be given certain tasks. You got to finish it, and I'm sure all MBA aspirants and all, they would be trying for it. And I'm not very sure whether they can be retained. But the government is currently giving a lot of emphasis to have to keep the numbers low, less number of regularly commissioned officers. Because what happens at some point of time, the government feels people become liability. So they're keeping the regular intake less, shortening, and they're giving more opportunity to people on temporary basis, like short service commission officers. Intake has been increased. So people come, they serve, and then go. Because of what happens, sir, not a liability, I made a mistake. It is basically we have a very steep pyramidal structure in promotions. They don't have vacancies. So I'll share in my next episode, sir, when through my journey, if you allow me, how the pyramidal structure in the armed forces, they restrict the careers of many people, and they don't go beyond one rank. But academically, socially, IQ wise, they are well competent and well trained. And another good thing which you find, sir, I'm sure I would like to ask you, sir, would you say which is the one institute which has given the maximum number of entrepreneurs in the world?
Ahmedabad.
And let's say if it's the world, if you talk of India, Ahmedabad, again no, sir. It is the West Point in US. That is the US Military Academy is the world institute which has given the maximum number of entrepreneurs to the world. So what I want to come out through your medium, that when we talk of pyramidal structure, at some point of time, an officer or a Jawan or a JCO leaves services and takes an entrepreneurial journey. So today also, if you see the ex-retired people coming into foray, they are doing exceedingly well.
They are becoming
because the fundamentally what I talked about in my previous episodes, I will be an officer. I will be disciplined, and I will be hardworking. So when we have three, when I'm focused, when I'm disciplined, when I'm ready to willing to work hard. So I don't think, I'm sure you'll find that when we talk of NDA or otherwise, a military officer would be challenged by anything. You give him a task, it has to be done the way it is to be done. That is the beauty of being in military. That is the beauty of how we get groomed and how we actually perform out.
I see. So in this episode, I think we got a great insight from Lieutenant Colonel Anjan Sinha about as far as armed forces which are concerned, the number of opportunities which are open for everyone to be part of an short tenure as for the armed forces which are concerned, like it's tour
on duty.
Tour on duty is a great concept which I think while working, if you wish to be part of an armed forces, you can be there for a short tenure. I think that's a great
the thing is the government is doing, sir. I'm sure this will give large number of people opportunities to people to come and serve the country in a direct way.
Correct. So I think we'll catch up with Lieutenant Colonel Anjan Sinha in our next episode for more insights as far as armed forces which are concerned and developing in our career which is concerned. Till then, keep on watching T-Talk, Boond Soch. If you like the channel, if you like this series of an episode with Lieutenant Colonel Anjan Sinha, just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. Thank you very much. So thanks once again for being part of this channel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.